Hey guys, Adam here from DirectionTrader.com. Let's do today's recap. Talk about what we did in the live trading room. I got a couple positions. I wanted to show you from today's trading more of an education on how we trade the previous day's highs and lows, and then maybe a little bit about what we see moving forward. But the main purpose of today will be to go over how we trade the previous day's highs and lows, because we hit on that really well today in the trading room. Took a couple trades here, one in the one off the previous day's low in the YM, and then one off the previous day's high in the actual crude market today. So let's just discuss them entries and why we took them trades, and how we can basically how you can trade them moving forward. Here in the YM, we started off, we sold off early on this morning. Here, let me get rid of that there. We sold off early on, and then we ended up getting a little bit of a pop here. So as we drop down below, as you can see this red line here, this is previous day's low. So as we pop down below the previous day's low, we were simply just waiting for this market to reverse and get a little bit of a push back a little higher. So with that being said, let me get rid of that out of the way. Let me just toggle over here, and that way I can draw in a line. Right here is going to be that previous day's low. So with that being said, looking at this trade that we took, we had to wait for that market to get up above the previous day's lows. It popped up, it chopped right around these previous day's lows, which you can see here with the red line. And then as it popped up, we ended up just simply taking a very, very basic pullback here. I use a lot of Fibonacci's, and we ended up taking a nice little pullback in the direction of the pop back towards the upside. So we ended up taking some really nice profits off up here, much higher. Ended up being a very nice trade for the members in the room. I believe we ended up taking 27 ticks, but that's because we had multiple contracts. If you were trading two contracts, you took one at +5, and then the other up here, which ended up being a +22, was our target. So nice little trade. But the keys to this was, as we dropped down, we noticed that we kind of faked out below the previous day's lows, and as it popped up above them previous day's lows, that's whenever we started to get interested. We chopped around the previous day's lows, and as it popped up, we just took a pullback in the direction of the move, back towards the midpoint of the previous day. So that is a trade off the previous day's lows. As it fakes out below, pops back inside of the previous day's trading range. Very, very, very high percentage opportunity there to the upside. Let's go ahead and go over and let's take a look at the crude trade. Now it's going to be the opposite. If we go backwards here, let me go back to where the trade took place. As you can see here, this green line is going to be the previous day's highs. So if I was to draw in a line here in my trading time frame, it comes in right there. So as I did that, you see we popped our head up above the previous day's highs. You notice our first trade was down below the previous day's lows. This one here, we popped above the previous day's highs. So what did we do? We were nice and patient. As we got a drop, our entry was right here. It was kind of a micro here. So we ended up taking a nice micro short here. As this thing popped back up towards the previous day's highs, we're now back inside the previous day's range. We looked for a nice short, and we covered down here a little bit lower, covered some profits down in here for a nice profit, a nice drop here in crude. Now granted, it kept on going here, but what we did on this position is we end up trailing it, because who knows, sometimes these things can drop 10 ticks, sometimes they can drop 50 or 60 ticks, you don't know. But so I just went ahead and I locked in a trail stop, ended up getting trail stopped off down here for a really nice profit on this one. So the key in the whole reason of this video, guys, is to show how I traded them previous days ranges. Not looking for anything crazy here. Let me just move this out of the way so I can draw here for you guys. Basically all we did was we simply just used the previous day's ranges, previous day's highs, previous day's lows. We had these previous day's highs and lows, and as the market traded down below them, we just simply looked to take that first pop. Sorry, this keeps on popping up here. I can't turn it off at this point though. We just simply are waiting and taking them opportunity as they break to the other side of that. So you have previous day's lows traded, it fakes out down below, so it looks like it wants to head lower, but it doesn't quite want to do it. wait for that market to pop up, pull back, give you a retest of it before ultimately taking back off. And the same thing to the upside here, as we were trading higher, waiting for that little pullback in order to get us that opportunity that we're looking for in the direction of the downside. So basically the exact same setup for two of our trades today. Both of them worked out for some really nice profits, but you see one was off the previous day's high and one was off of the previous day's low. So definitely worked out well for us there. But two different markets using two different price levels. One the previous day's high, one of them the previous day's low. But needless to say, they both worked out the exact same way. So just wanted to go ahead and show you that today, guys, in today's video. So rather than going into depth here on kind of what we've seen, I just wanted to throw in two of our trades today, and not just throw in the trades because they were winning trades, but because of the setup. It's the exact same setup. Both of them are trading back towards the mid-range of the previous day. One of them was off the previous day's low, one of them off the previous day's high, with two different markets. Now moving forward, I do see a little bit of a fade here coming in some of these markets. The crude here, I can see a lot of chop going into the rest of the day, but we're in that consolidation phase here. Tomorrow, if we're trading above the pivot point, I'm going to be looking for longer opportunities because this thing is really exhausted to the downside on the daily. So I will be looking for longer opportunities, but I can't deny the fact that if it trades below its pivot, so tomorrow if we open up and start trading below the pivot point, I'll be cautiously short until we get down below the previous day's low. Then I'll go ahead and get back aggressive. But anything above the pivot point tomorrow, I will probably be looking for some upside trading opportunity. And let me hit here on the indexes real fast. This here is the S&P. Let me blow this up here. This here is the S&P. You can see that we had a nice pop to the upside here today. And in the trading room, I was looking to fade this thing. I was looking to see if we can get this thing to roll over. As you see, these are 15-minute bars, and it has been stuck right here at these previous day's highs for a long time now this morning. So I'm not getting too aggressive. I'm not getting too crazy here to the downside, just being nice and patient. If we start to get a fade this afternoon, I'll probably be looking for some shorting opportunities. But other than that, we're in an uptrend here on the stock index futures. Anything above their previous day's highs, go with it. Anything below the previous day's highs, I'm still looking to fade these things to the short side. So, going to make for a very interesting Friday. Maybe a little bit quiet, I'm not too sure, but who knows? Maybe we can get a little bit of a pullback here in the indexes. But that's to be determined. So if we get a little bit of a roll here, it is about 12:30 here Central, so there's about 2.5 hours left in the trading day. If it starts to fade, I will be looking for shorting opportunities. Other than that, I'm not looking long unless we get back up above these previous day's highs. So that's it. That's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed that trade setup that we just went over, because it is a very, very high percentage trade setup and something we take almost on a daily basis here in our live trading room. So if you got any questions, go ahead and email me, adam@directiontrader.com. If not, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Have a good afternoon.